Alright, let's look at this shit. I got this email in my email folder, my folder for all of my emails, and it is from YouTube. YouTube Creators for Change. Let's just see what's going on here with this, because it sounds kind of weird to me, but we'll see. Get inspired by Creators for Change. We believe that sharing your voice on YouTube can help educate, build understanding, and even change the way we see our world. That's not, in my personal opinion, that's not the job of internet celebrities, but okay. I wouldn't call myself a celebrity when I'm talking about the people who are larger that, can actually influence people. So we started YouTube Creators for Change to support creators who use their voice to help counter xenophobia, extremism, and hate with stories promoting positive change. I hope they're really vetting people for this program, because a lot of times, in my personal opinion and my personal experience, whatever side you're on of any debate, usually the people who are countering xenophobia, extremism, and hate are the ones spouting xenophobia, extremism, and hate. Usually the people who are like, and I'll give you examples from both sides. Usually the people who are like, non-whites in this country are oppressed, and all white people need to shut the fuck up. That's hate. On the opposite side, boy, oh, did you see what these loony liberal, extremists are doing? Boy, they should all just be dragged out and thrown out of a helicopter. Yeah, extremism. Not that you'd actually do it, but I'm just saying, if you're talking about it, you're promoting xenophobia, extremism, and hate. So a lot of the times the people who claim to be against all that shit are actually doing it. So I hope that this program doesn't fall into that trap. I think it will, because YouTube actually doesn't give a shit. Ready to make an impact? Check out our top 5 tips for creating content that drives social change. I don't want to drive social change. I want to have a YouTube channel where I enjoy myself while also doing something productive. I don't want to drive social change, because I'm not a representative of anybody. I'm not someone who's smarter than the average person. I'm not someone who knows exactly how everything should go in the country. Anybody who says that they know exactly what everybody should do is fucking lying or insane or whatever. People with agendas, things like that. So I don't want to be one of these people. But we'll see. Alright, so Creators for Change. Presented by Upworthy in collaboration with YouTube. 5 fundamentals for social change videos. And we're not going to watch the video because I don't know if it would be DMCA'd or whatever, but let's just... words on the screen. I'm trying to catch words on the story. Oh. So what they're going to go over is all the points below, because I see that matches number 2 here. But yeah, don't get ahead of me. Don't read that juicy little tidbit right there. But yeah. 5 fundamentals for social change videos. Voice, story, courage, community, and action. Let's address each of these. Voice. Yeah, use your voice doesn't mean you're correct. As I say, multiple times on any side of a debate, just because you have a voice and you use it doesn't mean you're right. And doesn't mean, people should listen to you. Story, I prefer facts to story. I mean, I know that right on the screen right now is that, like I said, that juicy tidbit of information. I'm begging you not to read it because you're going to get ahead of me, but you already read it. Story, it means nothing. Because if you say, I mean, let's think of an absurd example. Let's say that back in World War II, let's go right to Godwin's Law. Godwin's Law says that any discussion or debate, if it goes on long enough, will eventually mention Nazis. So let's go right to the Nazis, okay? Let's say that before World War II, there was a Nazi soldier who was somehow slighted in some way by a Jewish person. Like, he was walking down the sidewalk, and he went to get a newspaper, and a Jewish person got the newspaper before he did. And, he was like, man, I was just reaching for that, and this guy, just kind of went in sideways and got it. Like some slight. Okay, that's a story. It's a story that this Nazi soldier can tell people. It's like, one day I was walking down the street, and I went to get the last newspaper, the Berlin Times, or whatever the fuck it was. And this Man, this Yamaka, he quickly got the newspaper before I could. That's a story. The fact is fucking World War II and the Holocaust. That's like, stories don't override facts in any regard. And that's an extreme example, I know, but it's like, this is such bullshit. Alright, let's move on. I'll come back to this because we got to go down this list. Courage. Alright, courage. It's not courageous to sit in your room and speak into a camera or speak into a microphone. That is not courageous. Slightly more courageous to go out into the world and talk to real people, like face-to-face, like not a digital screen. But then, of course, you get people going out wearing masks and bringing bear spray, bear pepper spray, and that's not courage at all. That's more cowardice, but, courage. How is it courageous to make a YouTube video saying something? Spoiler, it isn't. Community. Community is another word for fandom on YouTube. They refer to fans as the community because, fans, followers, subscribers, whatever term you want to use. They use the term community even though it's not really a community. If you have... you have to have basically the people who are in this quote-unquote community have to all be interacting with each other. They have to be, like interconnected with each other, in my opinion, for it to be a community. It's not a community if everybody's coming to watch your video and then they just comment on the video saying, that was a funny video, or this video sucked, or, you missed this part, when this happened, you didn't see it, or whatever. It has to be the people interacting with each other to be a community. And really the only interaction you get in a large amount on YouTube between viewers is when they're arguing. And I wouldn't call that community. I wouldn't call it community when people are all just making a big comment chain saying, fuck you, you don't understand what's going on. No, fuck you, you should go kill yourself. I don't think that's community. And action. Okay, well, again, I'm not sure if making videos is action, but we'll see. Those are the 5 fundamentals of social change videos. Who says who? Just because you've decided to write that, whoever they hired to write the copy for this, Bub Schlub, out in Fresno, California, that, just got the job handed to him to write this copy. Bub Schlub has decided that those are the 5 fundamentals of social change videos. We've teamed up with Upworthy, a company focused on stories about important topics and people trying to do good in the world, to create the first in a series of tools. You are a series of tools and best practices that you could create that you could use to create the most impactful videos possible. Check them out below. Your strength is your voice. Use it. Now here we have the first fucking problem. Don't tell people what their strength is. If you're a YouTuber who makes music, your strength is probably music. If you're a YouTuber who makes, comedic sketches, your strength is probably comedy. If you're an animator, your strength is probably animation. Just telling all YouTubers that your strength is your voice and that's it. And then telling you use it, like your voice is important. Now you use it for what we say. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. Creating a video about a topic like gender equality or racism. Here's my problem with videos about gender equality and racism. My problem is this. Too many cooks. You ever heard that term, too many cooks in the kitchen spoil the broth? And you may be familiar with the term from that Adult Swim thing, Too Many Cooks, where they had the ongoing opening credits for a fake show. I'll stop rambling. Too many cooks. There's fucking so many people just belaboring gender equality, racism, xenophobia, Islamophobia, all the different hot button topics. And you've got this big mass, this big seething orgy of people all disagreeing and debating and agreeing and echoing and, whatever, and blocking and reporting and deleting and calling people's work and things like that, that you just have too many people doing this, and you have this big pool of people that includes people who are doing it just for money, for the ad revenue. So they'll say any incendiary thing they can. And then you've got people who are doing it for legitimate reasons, and they'll like answer the incendiary people, furthering the discourse and furthering the big hullabaloo and the destruction of the main point. You've got just it's like looking out from a balcony at a crowd of 1,000 people standing in the streets and saying to them, "Okay, everyone down there, I want you to solve gender equality." And then they all just start going, all between each other, just this din and chaotic, arguing back and forth. And then you're just up on the balcony like, okay, now, as long as these people keep arguing with each other, I keep making money. That's YouTube. That's YouTube in a nutshell. As long as these people keep making these videos, and they keep discussing these hot button issues that everybody's watching and everybody's commenting on and everybody's looking at, then we keep making money. That's the real change here, is the change in YouTube's pocket. And meanwhile, as this goes on, the point of the entire issue gets further and further obscured. People who actually care about gender equality, feminists who want equality for women, men's rights people who want equality in family court or whatever the fuck else, topics they talk about. The two of those two people could probably agree on a lot of stuff. Like a feminist could say, I think that a woman should be paid the same for the, job that she's doing. The same as a man. Men's rights dude could say, well, you already are. And that's, like a disagreement there. But then the two of them could sit down and, discuss, well, let's look at the data, let's look at the information, let's look at this and the other thing. And, let's have an argument about that. Let's have a debate about that. That's fine. They may still disagree at the end of the day. But when you have YouTube and this voice for change bullshit with, thousands of YouTubers all saying the craziest fucking things they can to get views, it no longer becomes, I think we should get the same wage. You already get the same wage. Those 2 points, those two disagreeing points. And it goes into, and manspreading. And, oh yeah, well, pussy pass. Oh yeah, well, and all these different buzzwords and terms that basically come from social media. And that degrade the main issue, the main point, and undermine the entire conversational process. But that's just my opinion. Alright, creating a video about... see how much I can ramble on one fucking sentence and I'm not even through it? Creating a video about a topic like gender equality or racism doesn't mean you should change your style or technique. If your strength is comedy, use comedy to make your social change message engaging. In other words, make your comedy preachy. Preach your point through comedy. Ruin it. Ruin your channel. Make yourself extremely unfunny to half your demographic. Because it's just your money. It's just your success. It's just your creative freedom. Sacrifice your revenue. Sacrifice your creative freedom. Sacrifice your work for our cause. That's the message here. If your focus is beauty, use beauty. Okay, so while you're putting on your makeup, say, I don't know, Blue Lives Matter. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a point, like a position someone could hold that's completely unrelated to beauty. Maybe you're putting on, like, blue eyeshadow, while you're doing it. Using your voice is more important, not less, as you engage with larger societal issues. Want to see how? Just watch John Green of Vlogbrothers. Fucking promotional shit. How much do you think John Green's partner program or he himself paid to be a part of this? To be advertised like this? Or do you think they have an existing contract between, for promotion? I don't know. Dive into the complicated world of healthcare in his own special way without skipping a beat or taking a breath. No, thank you. I don't need to listen to a random dude with a painting of himself on the wall behind him. I have no idea who this guy is. He may be a great guy. It's most likely that I agree with him. He and I most likely agree on everything he's saying. Not watching this, though, because I don't need information from a random-ass YouTuber, you know, in his little setup place here that's been, you know, that's been arranged to be the backdrop for a YouTube channel. With all books, you know, how many of those books do you think he's actually read? You know, I don't know. I'm just saying. But with a painting of himself on the wall, I don't need your opinion. You know, there's certain people who don't listen to any opinions, and that's, you know, a bad idea. But if you're listening to everybody, you need to have some kind of system to figure out who you should or shouldn't listen to. That's all I'm saying. Stories stick while facts fade. Find the story. So in other words, fuck facts. Just get a good story. Even if you have to make it up. Even if you have to make up a story, it's better than a fact. Thank you, YouTube. When diving into a new issue, make sure you do your homework. Watch thought-provoking videos. In other words, get more revenue for YouTube. Watch as many videos as possible and click all the ads. Watch thought-provoking videos from people you respect. Watch them from people you don't respect, too! What the fuck is this echo chamber bullshit? Watch thought-provoking videos from people you respect. Oh my god. They're literally telling you not to listen to people you disagree with. Always listen to people you disagree with. Hear what they have to say and apply critical thinking to it. You know, Hitler kissed babies. Does that mean that anyone who kisses babies is wrong? You know, if a YouTuber you hate says, people shouldn't be shooting each other in the street, does that mean people should be shooting each other in the street? You know, you listen to people you respect. Listen to people that you don't respect. You know, hear what they have to say and figure out if what they're saying is true. The people you respect may be lying to you. The people you respect may be wrong. They may make a mistake. The people you respect may not be worth respecting. They may be paid to have a certain viewpoint. You never know. Just because you respect them doesn't mean they're fucking right. Do some research and get the facts. Yeah, right. Things that nobody on the internet does. But remember, while raw information alone doesn't make people care about social issues, what? So we've got a declarative statement from YouTube here. YouTube says, raw information alone doesn't make people care about societal issues. So if I told you guys right now, 3,000 people were killed in the Twin Towers on 9/11/2001. 3,000 people. 3,000 innocent people who were doing their jobs. YouTube believes that when I say that to you, it doesn't make you care. You don't care. Everybody out there listening, when I say 3,000 fucking people killed on 9/11, and even more, vastly more people killed in the Iraq War, that doesn't make you guys care. Because all you care about is stories. YouTube thinks you're fucking idiots. Okay. Striking visuals, pretty pictures, and personal stories can make important ideas come alive. So try using interesting visualizations or connect your fans to really great stories. Fucking shit, this is like for morons. This is like baby's first YouTube channel. My god. Ask your fans if they can name a movie with the letter T in the title. 99% of people can't. It's all just clickbait shit. And it's feels over reels. Because I'm sorry, you know, facts, maybe I'm weird. Maybe facts, you know, actually make me understand things, whereas other people will go, huh? 5 million people have horrible crippling diseases. I don't understand. What does mean this number 5 million? Me cannot think of them as people. They just number. You know, what idiots do they think you are? My god. You can also ground your message in a personal story like Dan Savage does here. Not watching that. Courage is contagious. Pass it on. Uh-oh, fuck. Laci Green. Alright, we'll get to it. Courage is contagious. There's a difference between courage and being a fucking idiot on YouTube. Like, you know, going on and saying, I believe that satellites are, you know, causing toddlers to explode at alarming rates. You know, it's courageous to say that. Because, you know, not everybody believes that, so you must be courageous for saying it, or maybe you're just a fucking idiot. By the way, if satellites are making toddlers explode at alarming rates, please don't, you know, please don't come and kill me, shadow government. There are parts of ourselves most of us don't talk about because they don't line up with who we're expected to be. So, in this section, YouTube is going to say, don't hold any secrets from YouTube and your audience. Tell them everything. Put everything about yourself out there. You know, just be a open book. You know, don't hide anything. Don't, you know, have anything about yourself that you don't discuss. What's that? One time you wore an adult diaper just to see how it would feel? Tell everybody. Tell everybody on YouTube, and everybody will click the video, especially when you have a clickbait title like, you know, my experience in a diaper. And the, you know, thumbnail is a diaper with a big red circle around it and an arrow pointing to it. You know, this is stupid. It's hard to share these things that make us feel vulnerable, but going there, as long as you feel ready, comfortable, and safe, can actually strengthen your bond with your community and show viewers it's alright for them to go there too. So, YouTube wants to turn your channel into group therapy. And group therapy is fine, but I don't think a YouTube channel and its comment section should be group therapy. I don't think you should have a public group therapy meeting on your fucking YouTube channel. Oh my god. And they just say this to everybody. This is a blanket statement sent to all YouTubers. That you should all do this. Markiplier, you should go there and tell all the terrible things that have happened to you, like, you know, down to the minutia, and have your audience all share everything that's happened to them in the comments section publicly. You know, PewDiePie, H3 or whatever the fuck it is. I'm trying to think of other popular things. That dude who has, like, the 1,000-degree knife where he cuts through things with a really hot knife. Hey, hot knife guy, tell everybody about that time you wet your pants at summer camp and the other kids, you know, took your pants off and put them over your head and called you Pee Pants Head for the rest of the, you know, summer. I mean, you know, whatever. Just share it, because that's what we're all about here at YouTube. Group therapy. It also makes it clear that there's more that unites us than divides us and helps us understand and respect the real differences between us. Want to see the power of honesty? Here's Laci Green. Honesty from Laci Green. For anybody who doesn't know, Laci Green is a YouTuber who is a one of these preachy people who tells everybody what they should do and how they should live. Meanwhile, you go back in her YouTube channel, and she's got, you know, the older videos where she's talking about these, you know, bitches and sluts and, you know, high school, you know, shit, and, you know, how women are all, you know, trashy except for her, and they're all sluts and blah, 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 and, like, you know, but now she's all like, you know, live who you are and empowerment and blah, blah, blah. You know, you want honesty from a fake-ass piece of shit like that? Come on. Anyway, it just, it disturbs me. It disturbs me because this is like saying, you know, when they say the power of honesty, here's Laci Green. That's like saying, you know, the power of good parenting, here's Daddy05. You know, which was that YouTuber who had his kids taken away because he was quote-unquote pranking them on his YouTube channel, which included shoving his kid into a fucking shelf and giving him a bloody nose. You know, want to see the power of parenting? Daddy05 explains in this video below. You know, bullshit. Communities are this is breaking my mind right now. And this isn't even a left or right issue thing. This isn't social justice versus not social justice. I don't know what the fuck you would call that. Anti-social justice. It's not feminism versus anti-feminism. It's not men's rights versus anti-men's rights. It's not, fucking what else? It's not Black Lives Matter versus Blue Lives Matter, you know, since I mentioned that before. It's not anything about that. This is about YouTube telling people to become cult of personality, like false idols, like leaders. You know, I'm not even I'm not even religious, and that's what it seems like. You know, like this thing of, you know, lead your flock. You will shepherd them into a new era of enlightenment by using your voice to influence others and getting them to share their personal details with you. They'll begin to trust you. The more you share, and the more they share, the more connected they will be to your brand, and then you will become super popular. It just is sick and disgusting. Communities are complicated, learn from them. Talking about controversial issues can be tough. No, it isn't. Thousands of YouTubers are doing that and making a lot of money. And every now and then, your community... I have to take a drink. I'm getting so frustrated that I'm becoming dehydrated from all of the... I'm actually just like... I'm actually just like in a constant stream, just pissing myself out of rage. So I'm becoming extremely dehydrated. Hang on. Ugh. And every now and then, your community might correctly tell you that you got something wrong. Oh my god. This is funny when they link Laci Green, who, if you look at her comment sections and her like-dislike ratios, people are constantly like, what the fuck are you talking about? But right below that, they're talking about how your community can help you figure out if you got something wrong. The key is to figure out how to hear constructive feedback and take part in a deeper conversation with your community. Don't let a bad comment bring you down or make you write off a member of your audience for life. Of course, some folks are just jerks. Tune them out, or report them if they get really out of line. So if somebody's a jerk to you, tune them out. If somebody's like, holy shit, this video is awful, you're really sending a bad message, you're going to, cause a lot of problems for people, and, you're going to influence a lot of young, impressionable teenagers and kids to think that this is right, and you really are destroying, that guy's just a jerk. Tune him out. Here's how Francesca Ramsey shared her story of getting it wrong and learning from experience. This picture. This clickbait picture. My god, why does she have that expression on her face? It must be really juicy. I must click this video. People want them to help, give them something to do. Here we come to the final part of our cult mentality bullshit. Once your followers have shared their information with you, and they've listened to you overshare information, and they feel like they're a part of your family, or at least a close friend, once you've, shown that, it's courageous to do this, and blah, 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 then give them something to do. This is the part where you tell them what to do with their lives. If people take the time to listen to you, odds are they want to help. So try to make a video that makes helping easy for them. Now, on any topic, there are a lot of possible calls to action. Sometimes the goal is simply to change perceptions, beliefs, or behavior, which, of course is your responsibility as a YouTuber, and you're right as a YouTuber, to try to change the perceptions, beliefs, and behaviors of your audience. Could you imagine if I made a video where I'm playing fucking Camp Cadaver or Throne of Lies or whatever the fuck? I'm playing a game, and I make a video where I say, by the way, everybody out there, snowmen have souls. And then, I belabor that point for the next few videos or something. I'm like, don't let them melt in the sun. That's murder. It's not, it's insane. It's insane to think that because you make shitty videos, and, the majority of YouTube videos are shitty. It's just, someone in front of a backdrop saying, so, here's what happened to me. I went to the store, and I wanted to get, some coffee at the Starbucks in the store, because they have one of them in the Kmart, and, and it's like, girl, what the fuck? You're just doing, the lowest amount of effort to get revenue and to get, celebrity, to get fame. And it's like, these are the people you want influencing the perceptions, beliefs, and behaviors of a community? My god. Anyway, the end to that story was, and then he threw the coffee in my face, and I literally died. But yeah. Or maybe it's just about, or not just, maybe it's about getting people to donate or take action. Punch a Nazi, everybody. Either way, when and it doesn't matter if they're a Nazi or not. If they just look like a Nazi or they sound like a Nazi, just punch them out. If you're watching a stage play and someone comes out in a Nazi uniform in the play, like if you're watching fucking, what is it, Sound of Music, run up on the stage and punch them because they're a Nazi. Either way, when brainstorming a video, you should decide what you're trying to accomplish and how you want your viewers to participate. Don't tell me what the fuck to do. Telling me what the fuck to do before I make my video? Fuck you. And then include a clear call to action. Oh God. To show you we mean what to show you what we mean about giving people something to do, why not take 2 minutes right now and write down a topic you care about deeply and come up with one quick idea for a video you could make about it. If you love it, make it. First of all, that's like fucking schoolwork. Fuck you. Secondly, you're not my boss. You know, this shit about, okay, all of YouTubers, okay, all you YouTubers out there, pay attention. Hello, YouTubers. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're going to be influencing people for gender equality and to stop xenophobia and hate. So all of you YouTubers out there, pay attention. Pay attention, YouTubers. What you're going to be doing is you're going to take 2 minutes right now to write down an idea for a video that will do what we want. Fuck you. More inspiration. And, you know, fuck. I mean, for anybody watching this who isn't familiar with me, I'm a liberal atheist. I'm a liberal atheist, and I'm probably far more liberal than, you know, people even realize, but this is just bullshit. I mean, bullshit is bullshit no matter what side of what aisle you're on. My God. In September 20th, you know, this is like, this must be how Republicans feel when, like the majority of Republicans feel when Alex Jones says something. Like when Alex Jones, you know, comes out in the news for some new crazy claim, and all of the Republicans are like, damn, people think we're all like him. You know, this must be how they feel, is because, you know, shit like this comes out, and I'm like, damn, people think all liberals are like this. You know, this thing where it's like, I mean, like, look at this guy. Look at this guy. This guy, I don't know who this is. I haven't read his name yet. This guy from Central Casting. This guy that a casting agent would put in a sitcom as, you know, guy at bar number 5. You know, who gets to say a line on the show. You know, in his awesome new shirt, his awesome, you know, brand new watch, standing in front of the YouTube logo. And it's like, this is a real person. This is a real person, guys, just like you. Hey, all of you people out there, everybody out there watching YouTube who might be overweight, who might be out of shape, who might be too skinny, you know, for healthy purposes. People who are conventionally unattractive. You know, people who are balding. People who are, you know, whatever you want to say about the diverse, wonderful mix of people out there. You know, all of you people. This guy's just like you, man. Love. Love with a period, you know, on his shirt. Because, you know, this is about love. And YouTube loves you. And this guy loves you. Oh, Prince EA? Is that Prince? What is that? What is his name? Yeah, Prince EA. Okay. Prince Electronic Arts. This dude is just like you, and he's going to tell you about his life. And none of it's going to be embellished or made up or anything to get a point across or to, you know, influence people. It's just totally, this is the one dude you should trust. Out of everybody on the internet, you know, there's all these dudes on the internet who are like, you know, oh, blah, 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 this is how it is, and, you know, this is the truth, blah, blah. Those guys are all fucking losers. This guy from Central Casting, who's been hand-selected to be in this video by a corporation, this is the guy who's going to tell you how it is and how you should live your life and what you should do. Just so you know. In September 2016, creators, charity organization members, and celebrities came together at a YouTube's base London to talk about. Oh, he's British too. The British people, the British voice, you know, the British accent. People always believe that more. Talk about how we can all help drive social change around the world. Check out the videos below to get inspired by the personal stories and beliefs and motivate creators. Blah 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 blah. I don't even care anymore. Okay, so The power of fighting bullying. Okay, you realize there's a thing here about fighting bullying. A lot of people fight bullying by bullying people. It's kind of odd, isn't it? So what do we got here? We got... Oh, Jesus Christ. So I said I want a ham sandwich. And he says to me, we don't have any more ham. And I'm like, you don't have any ham. What the hell? Look at this look at this gesture. I ordered a sub from Subway. I ordered a meatball sub, and I said, can I get it toasted? And they said, that's extra. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, this gesture is just like, you gotta understand what these people are doing to me. Anyway. That actually... I don't know what the fuck is up with that shirt. That shirt is like... That shirt looks like... Did she just come out of Breath of the Wild with that shirt? I don't know. And then we're back to this dude. Okay, so... That's it. YouTube. YouTube is... Shit.